Do you ever study English for hours, but later realize you forgot most of it? Or maybe you feel stuck, repeating the same mistakes again and again. The problem is not your memory. The problem is your method. Stay with me until the end, because today you will practice listening, learn new vocabulary, and reflect on how small steps every day can make a big difference. In this video, you will practice English listening with a story, learn key vocabulary, and try some speaking practice. This is level A to 2B1, so it's perfect if you already understand basic English but want to grow faster. And because I want you to improve even faster, I have prepared a free practice exercise for you. Check the description box below, click the link, and complete the activity after this video. It will help you review vocabulary and speaking practice. Emma was a hard-working student. Every evening, she sat at her desk with her English grammar book open. She filled notebook after notebook with exercises. She believed that more practice meant more progress. But there was a problem. When Emma spoke English, she kept making the same mistakes. She forgot verb tenses. She mixed up articles. Sometimes her sentences sounded unnatural. No matter how much she practiced, the errors didn't go away. This made her feel frustrated. She thought, why am I still making mistakes? Maybe I'm just not good at English. One day after class, her teacher noticed her disappointment. Gently, he asked, Emma, do you ever stop and check why you made a mistake? Emma was surprised. She answered quietly, no, I just finish one exercise and start another. Her teacher smiled kindly. Emma, learning is not only about practice, it's about reflection. If you ask yourself, why did I make this mistake? How can I avoid it next time? You will learn twice as fast. That night, Emma decided to try something new. She opened her notebook and looked carefully at her writing. She didn't rush to the next exercise. Instead, she circled her errors and wrote short notes beside them. I forgot the past tense. I didn't use the word the before the noun. I used the wrong preposition. At first, it felt slow. She wanted to keep writing, but she forced herself to stop and think. Over the next few days, Emma kept doing this. Slowly, she started to notice patterns. She realized, oh, I often forget the past tense when I write quickly, or I always forget the before common nouns like teacher or book the next week. When she wrote again, something interesting happened. She remembered her notes. She paused before making the same mistakes, and this time, she got more sentences correct. Emma felt proud. She understood something important. Metacognition means thinking about how you learn, not just what you learn. It means reflecting, noticing patterns, and using mistakes as teachers. From that moment, Emma was not just a student of English theory. She was a student of her own learning. Vocabulary. Reflection means thinking carefully about something. Mistake means something wrong. Pattern means something repeated again and again. Avoid means to stop something from happening. Speaking practice. Roleplay with me. Imagine you are Emma's teacher. Encourage her. Don't just practice. Reflect on your mistakes. Every error is a chance to learn. Now switch roles. Be Emma. I will check why I made this mistake. Next time, I will do better. David was known as a very disciplined student. Every day, he carried 3 heavy notebooks filled with vocabulary. Each page was full of words, translations, and examples. His handwriting was neat. His collection impressive. But there was a problem. When David spoke English, his mind went blank. He couldn't find the words he had written so carefully. He felt frustrated and thought, why do I forget everything? Maybe my memory is just bad. One afternoon, he was studying in the library. His friend Maria sat next to him and noticed his serious face. David, she asked gently, how do you review your vocabulary? David sighed and replied, I just read my notes again and again. I hope they will stay in my head. Maria shook her head and smiled knowingly. That's not enough. Reading is too passive. If you want to remember, you must use active recall. Cover the word, test yourself, and try to say it from memory. When you struggle, your brain grows stronger. David was curious but also doubtful. Still, he decided to try. That night, He opened his notebook. Instead of reading line by line, he covered the page with his hand. He pointed to the English word and challenged himself. What does confident mean? What's another word for big? How do I use challenge in a sentence? At first, it was painful. He couldn't remember. He made mistakes. Sometimes he sat in silence, searching his mind. But Maria's words echoed in his head. When you struggle, your brain grows stronger. So he kept going. Every day, he practiced a little. After 2 weeks, something amazing happened. During a conversation with classmates, the words came to him more quickly. He didn't need to check his notebook. The vocabulary was already in his memory, ready to use. David smiled to himself. He finally understood. Metacognition is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about choosing the right method, not just spending more hours. From that moment, David no longer carried his notebooks everywhere. He carried something more valuable. A strategy that really worked. Vocabulary. Review means to look at something again. Recall means to remember. Struggle means to try hard with difficulty. Passive means not active, just receiving. Speaking practice, roleplay. You are Maria, and your friend is David. Encourage him. Don't just read your notes. Test yourself. Active recall makes your brain stronger. Now be David. I will test myself instead of just reading. It's difficult, but I'm improving. Sofia had been trying to improve her English listening for months. Every evening, she sat in front of her laptop, watching movies or TV shows in English. She felt proud at first, but after 2 hours, she realized something strange. She couldn't remember much. The words just flew past her ears. The next day, when she tried to speak, nothing came back. She felt discouraged and thought, maybe I'm just bad at languages. Other people learn quickly, but not me. One afternoon, Sofia joined a free workshop at the community center. There, she met a study coach who specialized in language learning. The coach listened carefully as Sofia explained her problem. Then he said gently, Sofia, learning is not Magic Hit's strategy. Right now, you are working hard, but not smart. You watch for hours, but without a plan. Let me show you a different way. The coach wrote 3 steps on the whiteboard. Set a clear goal before you start. For example, today, you don't need to understand everything. You can decide. I will listen for past tense verbs. Check your progress after listening. Pause, think, and ask yourself, did I notice them? Which ones did I catch? Reflect and record. Write a short reflection in your journal. This helps your brain connect the dots. Sofia was curious. That evening, she tried the method. She put on a short English podcast. Her goal was simple. Listen for past tense verbs. She didn't worry about new words or the whole meaning. Just the past tense. After 10 minutes, she paused and checked her notes. She had caught, went, studied, watched, and was. She wrote in her journal, I noticed verbs, but I missed some. Next time, I will listen more carefully. The next day, she tried again. This time, her focus was new vocabulary. She listened actively, wrote down unfamiliar words, and checked their meaning afterward. The third day, she practiced listening only for pronunciation. How native speakers connected their words. To her surprise, after just 1 week, she felt a huge difference. She no longer needed to sit for hours. Even 1 focused hour gave her more progress than 3 hours of passive watching. One evening, she smiled and thought, I am not bad at languages. I just needed the right strategy, Sofia discovered. Metacognition means asking yourself, how do I learn best? Not just studying, but studying smart. Vocabulary strategy means a plan to reach a goal. Goal means something you want to achieve. Journal means a notebook for your thoughts. Pronunciation means how a word is spoken. Speaking practice. Roleplay as the coach. Set a goal before you study. Ask yourself, how do I learn best? Now roleplay as Sofia. I will focus on 1 skill at a time. Reflection helps me learn faster. Reflection. Think about your own study habits. Do you just practice, or do you reflect? Do you memorize words passively, or test yourself with recall? Do you study without goals, or set clear strategies each time? Metacognition means becoming the driver of your own learning, not just a passenger. Closing today, you learned that metacognition, thinking about your learning, can change everything. Emma reflected on mistakes. David used active recall. Sofia studied with goals. Now it's your turn. Comment below. What study strategy will you try this week? And remember, I've prepared a free practice exercise for you. Check the description box, click the link, and complete it after this video. It will help you review vocabulary and practice speaking. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Small steps, every day, lead to big progress.